You've finished your talk. It's gone really well. The audience has loved it. It's been clear. It's been interesting. Wonderful. And you feel now it's time to end the presentation. And so you say, right, I think that's everything. I think I've covered all of the main areas, so I'm going to finish there. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Now, that might feel like a good way to finish your presentation, but for me, that's kind of meandering over the finish line. I want something a little bit more conclusive. Another way of doing it is when people just say, so any questions? Which to me feels like you finished talking and now you're saying, right, over to you. And sometimes that's a bit too much for an audience. They might be thinking, well, we're just taking on board what you've said and actually we don't have any questions and we liked it. So there's an awkward silence. The other way is when you just stop talking and you realize, okay, I think I'm out of time, or you've overrun massively, which is something that I really detest. It was supposed to be 20 minutes, it's now 37, and you realize you really need to stop because people are annoyed and you end that way. For me, any of those endings is unsatisfying. So what's a good way to conclude? I believe the summing up, which might seem obvious, is a really good way to do it. Here are the key things that I've covered. Remember that cool bit from earlier on? Here it is. Here's a nice simple list. Nice, easy to digest collection of ideas. The takeaways, if you will. That's it. And then a call to action is also really good. So the audience is excited and they're thinking in their mind, sort of, where do I sign up? What do I do next? If you don't give them anything, then that could be disappointing. So a link to a website, or invite them to come and talk to you, or a link to some resources or a book or something that they can do next is really good for an audience. So now we can carry on because we've been inspired by your talk. You could then finish with a nice, simple thank you. That's it. Neat, conclusive ending. You've given them the key information. You've given them something to do. And now you're stopping clearly. It's better than meandering. So that's how I would do it. Sum up, call to action, thank you. So to go over the main points then, don't just end with a simple so any questions. Keep to your time limit and make sure you give people a nice summary, call to action, and then finish with a lovely, friendly thank you. Thank you. Right, I'm off.